Hi everyone, this is Krista with Art Graphics Studio. Today I'm going to show you how to download, resize if necessary, and assemble our Art Graphics Studio slide card. If you have not already downloaded your SVG file, you can go to my Etsy shop by going to etsy.com and searching for Art Graphics Studio. Then scroll or search for the SVG you're looking for. If you are a Cricut Design Space user, you may be able to access my free designs. For more information, see my note at the end of this video. I'm going to show you how to upload and resize if necessary this particular project. So in our Cricut Design Space, we will go to Upload Image, Browse, and I have a 5x7 as well as the slimline. Today we're going to be doing the 5x7. Now here we have it. So we're going to continue and upload. And as you can see, when it comes in grouped. But before we ungroup it, we want to make sure it's the right size. Now I know that this square right here is a 5x7. So I will go to Shapes, and I'm going to create a rectangle, a 5x7 rectangle. I'm going to unlock it, the width of 5 and 7 is the height. So I'm going to bring that over and put that on there and line it up, and it looks like, yes, this is the right size. But suppose it comes in and it's not the right size. Suppose it comes in a little smaller. So we'll take our 5x7 and we'll line it up, and we can see it doesn't fit. So I'm going to click on this, on the whole thing before you ungroup it, and line it up with that box. Make sure it's lined up at the top and the side. And it is, so that looks like it's the right size. So we don't need this anymore, we'll just delete that. Now we'll go back to this, and we're going to ungroup it. Now each of these components have things that, as you can see, they have score lines in there, a cut line here, and a score line here. And you will have a diagram in your download that tells you where they should go. So we're going to click on this. We want to change these score lines, we want to change these two lines to score lines. So we've selected it, but as you can see, it's still grouped, so we're going to have to ungroup that. Then we're going to come over and we're going to click on the score lines. And as you see how this box turned red, that means that it is a score line. If it doesn't turn red, then you haven't clicked on the score line. And we'll go down and change basic cut to score. Now we're going to select the element, the cut line, and the score lines, and we're going to attach them together. We're going to do the same thing for this little handle right here. You can see it's grouped. We're going to ungroup it. We're going to select that center line. It turned to red. So now we're going to make it a score line. And then we're going to select the element and the score line and attach them. Now this component right here, this is a cut line, but it is not attached to this yet. So what we want to do, I'll show you what I mean, is we'll go to Make. And let's scroll down. And you see this right here? There's just a loose cut line that isn't attached to anything. So we want to cancel this, and we want to go back to here and select the cut line and the element, and we're going to attach them. Now we're ready to make it. Here is the sliding card, and I have two sizes. I have a 5x7 and I have a slimline. And these are the blanks that come in your SVG file. Today I'm going to be making mine into a Father's Day card. So let's get started. This is going to be a 5x7, and this will be the inset that pulls out. And then this will be the outside of the card. And this is the base. So I'm going to go ahead and use my bone folder and fold along the score lines. This will fold this way with a slit at the bottom, and that will fold down like this. This front part will go on here like this. And so we can go ahead and put that on there next. But the important thing to remember is that you've got to have these two slits line up. So when you glue it down, you want to make sure that you have those lined up. So let's do that. And it will slide this way. So let's line that up. Again, we're going to make sure that our slits are lined up together. That looks like they are. And I'm going to let that dry for a minute. Now on this particular one, since I'm using a little car, I went ahead and made a backup for it to give it a little strength. So we're going to put some glue on here and glue that to it. For this, I'm going to use my precision glue gun, since I've got such small places that I need to put glue. I'm going to carefully line those up. All right. Now this is the mechanism to make it work. And I've provided you plenty of length, but you might, depending on what you're using to be your sliding element, you may have to trim this down. Now, I'm going to be putting, this will fold over like this, and the bottom will also be glued down. So you can either use glue, weight, or you can go ahead and put tear and tape, which is what I'm going to do. Along this edge right here. And then you want to turn it over. And this will be the edge right here that we will be folding over and taping down. So I'm going to use the tear and tape for that also. Now we're going to make our mechanism. And we will need some dimensionals for that. And on this end, we're going to put one dimensional. And you'll see how that will work in just a minute. Then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to slide this into here. That's about, needs to be, I think, a little shorter. What we're going to do, so that you know, is we're going to put this one on, this little car on here. So you can see it's going to be a little too long, so I'm going to trim that back. And I'm going to put some dimensionals right there. And this little car is going to sit right there. So when you pull this out, the car will come with it. Let's take this, turn it over, get that lined up. And this will go right here. And you want to line it up at the top and put it about even on both sides. Again, make sure that that's good and straight and all the way to the bottom. Okay. Now, this is when we're going to pull off our backing for our tear and tape, both on the bottom and on this side. And we're going to fold this over, make sure that's still in line. Fold this over. Make sure it's lined up on the side and the bottom. Okay. Now we want to put our little car on, or whatever it is that you're making yours out of. So we're going to peel the backing off of there and there and set our little car down on it. Now, we've got our little car on there, and so when you pull this out, the little car races. And of course you can put any sentiment that you'd like to, sign it, whatever you'd like to do there. And then the last thing we're going to do, if you want to use it, is to put our little handle here. Kind of helps to show that that's a place to pull. And I'm going to put a couple of pepper clips on there to hold it till it dries. And that's really all there is to it. It's a cute little card. And as I said, you've got the 5x7, which is what this is, or the slimline, which is what this is. So there we go. All done. See you next time. Thanks for watching, and if you find this video useful, don't forget to click the like, subscribe, and notification bell to stay informed about more exciting projects. I appreciate you watching my video, and I will see you next time. If you're a Cricut Design Space user, you can access some of my shared projects by opening Cricut Design Space, and on the home screen, in the search bar, type Art, Graphics, Studio, and press Enter. Then scroll down to Community Members and click on Art Graphics Studio. There you'll find all of my shared projects.